What pairs well with a good pizza is some good music. That's right, the Holo Holo Music Festival is coming home to Oʻahu for the first time, happening later this fall. And we have the festival producer and co-owner of Good Vibe Presents, Dan Sheehan, here in studio. And we're going to talk about what the Holo Holo Homecoming means and what to expect this dope weekend.
Perfect, thank you. Thanks for having me. This is fantastic. Holo Holo, was created as kind of like a love letter to the islands. It's like we've been doing these bands that play Holo Holo, like J Boog and The Green and Catch a Fire, and these bands that play these events. We've been doing them on our other festivals for years, and so we wanted to create something that was theirs. And that's kind of where the idea of Holo Holo came from.
That's right. So Holo Holo first started in 2022, correct?
Yeah, correct.
On the mainland.
Yep.
But this is going to be an important year because you're bringing it back here, back to the land, to Hawaii.
That's right. It's like a homecoming. Like growing up in Eva Beach and being also like bringing shows here years ago when Pipeline Cafe was open, and we would do Lahaina Civic and other venues around the islands. And so to be able to come back to bring a brand that we're really excited about and very proud of. It's like Holo Holo is like we have a huge sense of pride on what we're creating, because it's not just for the artists, it's for the community, it's for the people. And like when you go to a Holo Holo, especially on the mainland, like you can feel like people that are like missing home, they're missing their friends and family, and that's kind of what Holo Holo is. It's a gathering. So,
yeah, that's right. I mean, you have these different festivals, Holo Holo, across the mainland, different cities. And how does it feel being there? We have the local music here all the time, but once you hear those artists like J Boog and The Green over there, how's that vibe?
Well, when you put them all together, right, it's like a family reunion, right? And like that's the whole thing. It's like the artists are so close. They all know each other, and so like backstage is always a fun time with everybody. It's like a family gathering. And then all the fans that come. Like it's like we did one in Tacoma, and we had fans that came in from Alaska, and we also have a lot of people flying in from Hawaii to visit family in these particular cities and then come to the show. San Diego, Sacramento, and so we've been kind of hitting all these key markets around the mainland. And next year we have plans to go to Alaska and Texas and other markets where actually we're going to be rolling out Salt Lake City here. So like we're kind of trying to hit all these various markets, but it all kind of began here. It all began in Hawaii. Like this is kind of like the roots of why this music is so important to me, and it has been such a big part of our kind of journey in doing festivals and doing events and incorporating all these bands that that call Hawaii home.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that. You were raised in Eva Beach, yeah.
Correct,
so what's that musical journey, and how has it led to? Do you have any musical talent yourself, or you just like to organize it?
I don't. That's why I became a promoter. I love music. I can't play an instrument, or sing. So.
But it's about bringing that ohana together for the love of music.
And that's it right there. It's all about bringing everybody together. And like growing up in Eva Beach, just like I was listening to Kyle Creator Boys and Capena and Manal Company and those bands, but then like really into like the heavy roots reggae, like the Gladiators and Meditations and some of those roots bands, and then kind of like that kind of carried me through. And then I was a DJ on the island of Guam for a couple years, music director for an all island and reggae station. So like the music is in it's part of me. It's like it's growing up with that music as kind of like a cornerstone of my growth within the love of music. So
I love it.
Yeah.
And with the music and the good vibes and all the good times, you're giving back to the community. Before we shout out kind of like where to get those tickets, you want to speak upon like supporting the community and some of those nonprofits that goes along.
Yeah, we're working with the Greens nonprofit right now, and the kind of a portion of each ticket will go towards the nonprofits, and we're working with a couple other securing a couple other nonprofits to bring in, because it's important for us to kind of support the community and support that element, and to give back, like that's a huge part, and bringing in the different food and craft vendors, and that's
there's going to be so much happening at the festival. Right there on your screen, go give a scan to the QR code, because get your tickets early, because I know they're going to sell out really fast, because the location is going to be right there at Bishop Museum.
That's right.
Very legendary.
Yeah, and that's the goal. Like it's like go out, get your tickets, holoholofestival.com, the QR code on the screen. Go out and get those. I mean, it's this will sell out. So we want to make sure that we encourage people to get their tickets early.
I love it. Thanks for coming in, Dan. I know you already have other shows to plan, but we're really excited to have Holo Holo here on Oʻahu. So grab your crew, grab your tickets, and hele onto Holo Holo this fall at the Bishop Museum. We'll be right back. You're watching High Now Daily.